Ugh.
Cat and the Hoe, the Cat in the Hat.
Oh, this.
Why, I'm the Cat in the Hat!
Mike Myers gives an almost unrecognizable performance as the famed Dr. Seuss character.
There's no doubt about that. I'm a super fundiferous feline who's here to make sure that you're... me-line.
In the fantasy comedy, he plays the feline with the red and white hat and a penchant for mischief who appears to show two little kids how to have a good time.
Okay. We had some good times.
Hijinks ensue, like Thing 1 and Thing 2. And a good chunk of the film is just family fun.
It's fun to have fun, but you got to know how.
But it wouldn't be a children's movie without a wink at the adults. And here we're treated to a moment between the cat and a garden tool.
Time to die.
One that is both tender and a little awkward.
Dirty hoe.
Number 4, Mrs. Potato Head's
That's
Mouth,
that big.
Toy Story 3.
The Potato Heads, Mr. and Mrs. You gotta keep them together because they're madly in love.
Disney and Pixar writers are good at including a number of adult references so the bigger kids can relate.
Well, what happens when the kids grow up?
Some are innocent and others, well, they're a little tongue-in-cheek, so to speak. This third installment in the Toy Story trilogy follows Woody and his toy friends after they end up at a daycare center.
Welcome to Sunnyside, folks.
The leader of the center's toys, Lotso, has proven himself to be on the evil side and is about to imprison the new toys when Mrs. Potato Head starts giving him an earful.
Sweet potato! Who do you think you're talking to? I have over 30...
He responds by yanking off her detachable lips, prompting her husband to declare ownership of her mouth.
No one takes my wife's mouth, except me. Give it back, you furry air freshener.
Number 3, Snow White's body count, Shrek.
Magic mirror.
This DreamWorks hit starring Mike.
Me. Give it back, you furry air freshener.
Number 3,
I don't get that part.
Snow White's body count, Shrek.
Magic mirror.
This DreamWorks hit, starring Mike Myers as the title character, tells the story of an ogre who saves a princess and then falls in love with her.
The ogre has fallen in love with the princess.
That course of events actually ends up thwarting the plans of the diminutive Lord Farquaad, who has his own designs on the princess.
You're not a king yet, but you can become one. All you have to do is marry a princess.
In fact, he was actually looking for any princess, really, since his plan involves utilizing her nobility to become a king.
Just sit back and relax, my lord, because it's time for you to meet today's eligible bachelorettes.
And prior to settling on Princess Fiona, he consulted the magic mirror about Snow White, with her living situation and perhaps her sexual proclivities coming curiously into question.
Although she lives with 7 other men, she's not easy.
Number 2, tirade of euphemisms, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Doubtfire, dear? Mrs. Doubtfire.
In this family-friendly comedy, Robin Williams plays Daniel Hillard, an out-of-work voice actor who goes into full costume as a nanny to be closer to his kids.
I'm not who you think I am.
Yeah, no shit.
Watch your mouth, young man.
The movie is a vehicle for Williams' comedic genius, with plenty of slapstick. But also tons of snappy dialogue that might have flown past the radar of younger viewers.
Fellow gives a gift like that, he wants more than a piece of her heart, eh? Bit of a going down payment, huh?
Excuse me?
In one particular scene, Daniel/Mrs. Doubtfire confronts his wife's new beau and launches into a spiel of sex synonyms.
Sink the sub. Hide the weasel, park the porpoise. Bit of the old Humpty Dumpty. Little Jack Horny. The horizontal mambo.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
A bone dancer. Rumpelstiltskin. Baloney bop. Bit of the old cunning linguistics.
That, and the part about her autoerotic bedroom activities are decidedly not G-rated.
I hope you're up for a little competition.
I beg your pardon?
She's got
I don't understand what he's saying, but
it's her personal jackhammer.
it's probably not pretty.
Side book with that gun. She uses it in the lights dim. It's like a prison movie. Maybe she hasn't chipped her teeth.
Next!
Before we unveil our top pick, Here are a few honorable mentions.
Oh, we're doomed! There are a couple of things I know they're bound to notice.
Well, if those are the teeth, and that's the tongue, then that must be the uvula. So it's a girl house. What? No, it stimulates the gag reflex. Everyone has a uvula.
I'm okay.
Oh, that's lying.
It's okay, I'm used to it. I lived through the 60s. All right. Who knows where this Farquaad guy is? Oh, I do. I know where he is.
Number 1. Spit or swallow Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. It's like a stew, right? Why do they call it that?
This rodent-based Pixar film tells the tale of a rat who loves cooking.
You are better than that. You are a cook.
He loves it so much that he teams up with a human and uses the bigger mammal's body to create mind-blowing, one-of-a-kind recipes.
He's the cook. The real cook. He's been hiding under my toque. He's been controlling my actions.
The partnership works out so well that their food attracts the attention of a notorious food critic with exceedingly high standards.
You're Anton Ego.
You're slow for someone in the fast lane.
Anton Ego's standards are so high, in fact, that he doesn't even like to keep the food in his mouth if he's not satisfied.
And you're thin for someone who likes food.
All of this sounds innocent enough. Maybe.
I don't like food. I love it.
But we know what you're thinking, and we know what the writers were thinking, too.
If I don't love it, I don't swallow.
Do you agree with our list? What do you think is the best kids movie innuendo?
Who's the Velocistar 237?
Oh, that's just a dinosaur toy down the street. That's nothing. Let me just take care of that. Just a dinosaur.
For more entertainment.
Gosh. Just. Really? Innuendos. Also, keep in mind the DC animated universe, the Batman TAS cartoon, and the Justice League cartoon, and Justice League Unlimited. They have plenty of innuendos as well. What the hell are these people thinking?